Saints, Jaguars, immediate reaction. Ladies and gentlemen, I just sprinted home from the dome. Huh? Like Dr. Seuss. I just sprinted home from the dome. It's 4,000 degrees outside to make this video. I have a glass of ice water. What a game. Preseason be damned. That was for sickos only. The dome was rocking. It felt like the NFC Championship game. That was my Super Bowl. What a time to be alive. Okay, we're going to offer fair and balanced commentary here today, ladies and gentlemen. First half was sickening, despicable. The New Orleans Saints looked horrible. Everyone in my area was talking about, and I'm not going to lie to you, okay? For a moment, for a fleeting moment, I was sitting there and I was like, I might have got this one wrong. I was sitting there and I was like, this team, something's not right. Like something's off. The offense is bad again. We just can't get anything going. It's 2nd and 20. It's flags. It's checkdowns. It's sacks. This doesn't look good. And then I went and got a sausage dog. They were out of dome dogs. I went and got a sausage dog. We sat back down. The second half began. Ladies and gentlemen, what a team. What a performance. Gutsy. Spencer freaking Rattler. Here's the deal. Fair and balanced. Spencer Rattler is obviously your quarterback one. There is no doubt about it. Before the game started, I said, I'm not sure if Tyler Shough can win the starting job today, but I know Spencer Rattler can lose the starting job if he is bad. Well, that didn't happen. Pencil this in. I don't care when it comes out. I don't care who, however many days. Breaking news, Spencer Rattler is the starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints going into preseason game 3 and regular season week 1. It is what it is. The offense just looks better with him, and he did it again with Mason Tipton, who he made look like Randy Moss. And sidebar, Mason Tipton is, you now have to look at him and say, is he our wide receiver 3? Is he wide receiver 3 and Brandon Cooks wide receiver 4? I mean, Mason Tipton's playing like a man possessed. But yet again, Rattler's playing with Mason Tipton, Dante Pettis, Stone Cold Kevin Austin, and whoever else. At this point, you got to see Rattler with Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, Eric McCoy, Rashid Shaheed. You got to see him with the starters. You have to give him a chance to start the season. The offense just runs better. Tyler Shough is a rookie. It looks like he's a little slow processing things. It looks like everything's just a hair off, which is fine. Give him time then. That's the whole point. Give Tyler Shough time to develop. Let Spencer Rattler start the season. See how it goes. But from where I'm standing or where I'm sitting, sweating, this quarterback battle is over. And I've seen enough. And I think Kellen Moore's probably seen enough too. It is what it is. At the end, I thought there was a second left on the clock. That's another teaching moment. Jonas Sanker, hell of a play. He's a rookie. He's probably trying to win the game, whatever. He's got to get down there, give the Saints a chance, kick field goal, win the game. But in real time, it's very difficult to expect to intercept the ball, much less to know how much time's on the clock, much less, not try and score in that moment. But a teaching moment nonetheless. I thought the defense was bad against the run, but it was a lot of their ones against a lot of our 2/3s. Tank Bigsby, Etienne, Trevor Lawrence was in there. Brian Thomas was in there. Who knows as far as, our defense, we didn't have DeMario Davis, no Pete Werner, no Godchaw, no Kool-Aid, Justin Reed, Julian Blackmon. So the run defense didn't look great. But this team, and this might be something we have to get used to, the defense did kind of have that bend, don't break, keep everything in front of you, and then make the big play when you have to. And they did. Whether it was Jonas Sanker or whether it was Jalen Ford or whoever, they did make the big play or even on the fumble, right? So the defense wasn't great, but at the same time, like, let's see here. If you look at the box score, they gave up 5.3 yards a play, so the Saints were better in yards per play, about the same total yards. First down, Jags, they gave up 3.7 yards per rush. Saints one time possession. So, yeah, it was kind of a bend, don't break atmosphere defensively. On the defensive side of the ball, I'll tell you who stood out for me was Jalen Ford. I think we were talking about this on the walk back, but the Saints are going to be in an interesting situation because players like Stallbird, Ford, Sanker, Amadi, like players like that who are playing really, really, really good right now, you have to find a way to put them on the team. You have to find a way to have them on the roster. And does that mean some of these guys, the Isaiah Foskey's of the world, the whoever's of the world, does it mean that they don't make the final roster? Maybe. But there's starting to be a lot of players showing up defensively that I think you got to find space for. Obviously, I thought Mason Tipton was good. Obviously, Spencer Rattler trusts him. But the story of this game, it's got to be Spencer Rattler. I mean, the guts coming back, the adversity. The pick was bad. The pick was one of those things where that was the blemish. Like, that was the thing that you wish he had back. Only thing he couldn't do there was the interception. But everything else was really good. You know, he was willing to run. He was absolute dot to Tipton on the sideline. Calls his own number for the 2-point conversion. Third and whatever it was, 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 8. They get the false start. Boom, 3rd and 14, doesn't matter. I thought Kellen did a really good job before the 2-minute warning. It's just a stream of consciousness. Before the 2-minute warning, he called the timeout. It was like 2 minutes and 42 seconds left. That was really smart. We were screaming to call the timeout where I was sitting because if you don't call the timeout there, and this is like that analytic stuff that Kellen's doing that Dennis Allen's not doing. If you do not call the timeout there, it was like 2 minutes and 40, I think it was 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. If you do not call the timeout there, Jacksonville runs the play clock down to 2:07. Then the punt probably takes 7 seconds. So then you go to the 2-minute warning. But if you call the timeout, they have to punt, then you run a play, then the 2-minute warning. So you get an extra play out of it. That kind of stuff in a game that ends in a tie, that ends with potentially 1 second on the clock, that is the difference between winning and losing. And so I like that Trevor Lawrence's, or I just saw Trevor Lawrence's name. So I like that Kellen Moore is doing the right things. Now, I do think he messed up. It was on that 3rd down when it was 30 seconds left. It was like 3rd and 6. I think there you have to burn the timeout because you're on the 15. It's 3rd and 6. The timeout doesn't matter that much anymore. You have to score. What does matter is that 3rd down. So you're better off calling the timeout, saving the clock, making sure you convert, get your best 3rd down play out there, and then you got 30 seconds to try and score. So I think if he did that one back, he would probably manage that differently. And then the false start happened, which was even worse. But Spencer Rattler made it so it didn't matter. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I feel great coming out of the Dome. I feel great. I know it's preseason, but this team showed fight. Spencer Rattler did what he had to do. Spencer Rattler had to have this performance. You are playing in the second half, just like Tyler Shough did. I mean, it's exactly the flip-flop from last game where, okay, now you got to throw us back into this game. And now you got to play in the second half. And they're playing second string, third string. We got our second string, third string out there. Can you do it? And Spencer Rattler did it. And Spencer Rattler went out there and said, I can do it, no problem. And should have won us the game. Not that it, preseason ends in a tie, it doesn't matter. But should have won us the game. And if you look at the 2 games, I don't think there's any possible way at this point. I don't think there's any way you can look at those 2 games and say Tyler Shough should be the quarterback 1. Nothing against Tyler Shough. If he ends up being great, if he ends up developing, if Rattler struggles, Shough comes in, don't care. But right now, after seeing those 2 games and everything else we've seen, there is no way the conversation can be, I don't know. I think it's got to be Tyler Shough. I think it's done. I think it's done and dusted. Shough needs more time. He needs more development. I haven't seen anything that would make me lean towards this being close in the competition or lean to Shough being the quarterback 1. Game 3, I think you're going to see a lot of starters. We have yet to see Eric McCoy. We've yet to see Alvin Kamara. We have yet to see, or Chase Young and Carl Granderson didn't play this game. So I'm assuming next Saturday, you're going to see a lot of the starters on both sides of the ball for 1 or 2 reps, and then we're rocking and roll, or 1 or 2 possessions, and then we're rocking and rolling to the regular season. What a fun freaking game. What a fun atmosphere. Straight up sicko's paradise in the Dome. I mean, when it was 17-9 and it's an 8-point game, 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, fourth and 2 or whatever it was, Rattler picks that up, then it's 3rd and 16 or whatever it was, we score, go for 2, Rattler calls his own number, the interception. Dome was going absolutely insane. All the people there. Shout out to all the people who said what's up. A lot of people stopped me, said they watched the channel, said, hey, always appreciate that. Always cool to see people who watch the channel and support. So thank you all. That was cool. The Dome had a lot. It was preseason for everybody. Okay. Sold out of Dome dogs. I got a Bloody Mary. They told me they didn't have any okra. Not that it really mattered, but they were like, yeah, we don't have any okra. The bottled water was hot. They were like, yeah, it's not really cold. A couple of the games, like on the Jumbotron, didn't work. They just bailed on them. Just didn't work out. So it was preseason for everyone. But I did hear parking was excellent. So I don't park. I always walk to the game. But I did hear from a reliable source that parking was fantastic. So huge win for parking. Huge win for Spencer Rattler. This is just my immediate reaction. I might be having heat exhaustion. Great turnout. It was a lot of people at this game. A lot of people. I was curious because, you know, this is a game I think a lot of people would want to go to with the quarterback competition, first game at home, all that stuff. Ton of people were there. Towards the second half, fourth quarter, a lot of people filed out. It is what it is. It's preseason. But when the game kicked, there was a lot of people there. It was loud. Stands looked like last year. I mean, it was a decent turnout. It wasn't 80,000 people or whatever I heard the announced attendance was. But, yeah, pretty solid stuff all around. But this was a great game. Super, super fun in the Dome. If you have a chance to go to a preseason game, go. I know it's preseason, but the way this team, I mean, we've said it for weeks. Like, this is the most exciting time to be a Saints fan. Because even this preseason game, the first half was ass on a stick. When the second half started, we even said in my group, we were like, well, the cool thing is now it's Spencer Rattler. Whereas last year or the year before, it's like, oh, well, it's Ian Book. Oh, it's Jake Haener. Oh, it's Garrett Grayson. Oh, it's insert random, super below average, super low ceiling quarterback. But now it's like, damn, we might be watching the starter in the second half. And then you got other guys, playing their ass off like Stallbird, Tipton, Jalen Ford, like some of these guys are getting so many reps. Riley, like a ton of reps. Like Riley played all day. Ugo Amadi played all day. I'm not sure why I clicked on that. Stallbird played all day. Sanker's getting a lot of reps. Like some of these guys, man, they are really playing out there. If Torricelli, the rookie, if he starts, if he ends up playing guard, he's going to end up playing like 30 games this year with preseason and the regular season and all that. I mean, he is getting a ton of reps in as well. So good stuff, man. But we'll be covering this all throughout the week, obviously. But thank you. I just wanted to get my initial reaction out there. It's hot. Get some water. Good Lord have mercy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.